YouTube, what's the righteous word? It's your boy Gangland Neem, aka Neiman. I before the E. Golly, I don't know y'all. Remember that. And we back with another reaction. Before I get into this reaction, I want to say real quick. Y'all know I was out there in Palm Springs during that stupid ass hurricane and everything. I tried to get some content done out there. I did the little Drink Champs Irv Gotti shit, and I think I might have did one more. And then I got some news that a really good friend of mine, a brother of mine, had passed. You feel me? So I want to say rest in peace, Jabri Stewart. You feel me? That was my dog. You know what I'm saying? We was constantly talking. Like, that shit fucked me up in a real way. And also want to say, like, you know, it's just more to that mental health shit that I always be talking about. Like, y'all see me do these videos on Hassan. Talk to your friends, man. Identify things that you feel are problems or unnormal behavior for your people. You feel me? Because we all we got. I know we don't think that. I know we don't feel that shit because we be caught up in all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But life is real and life is short. You feel me? So check on your people. And you know, again, rest in peace, Jabri Stewart. This was my big homie. He poured into me and my brothers like I don't know what, you feel me, till his last days. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make me do this, trying to make me rap and just everything. He just believed that I was as special as I thought he was. You feel me? So this and every piece of content that I do from this point on is really dedicated to Jabri. So I just want to say again, rest in peace, Jabri Stewart. You feel me? We gonna get into this reaction though. Not trying to fuck y'all spirits up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But life is real. We out here. We always be on that bullshit 24/7, bro. Won't take no time to slow down or nothing. But we gonna get into ADAM22 and OG Suicide. So it's a little old, but still, I want to get my take on that shit. So ADAM22 responded to OG Suicide quitting No Jumper. He got the chair. You feel me? He was all Montgomery Brawl edition on that nigga. You feel me? So I want to get into his reaction. You know, everything he had to say about what's going on. So let's get into this.
Recently, somebody who used to be affiliated with No Jumper, OG Suicide, I'll just say his name. He did a little video
Say
where
his
he
name.
spoke on me and No Jumper. I just want to do a quick reaction so that I don't have to talk about it on Tuesday. Here's the timeline. This is not even like a reaction or a thing where this isn't even like me giving my opinion. This is just me breaking down the situation as I see it.
This is absolutely you giving your opinion. It is what it is, because it's your side, it's his side, and then it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So this is your side.
Maybe 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, OG Suicide, who is AD's homie, big homie, if you will, and that's how I know him, is because he used to come through the office a good amount, like just to kick it with AD or whatever. I do an interview with him. Very, very good interview. Insanely sad. You know, he's like the adoption stuff. He tried to, so crazy interview. Like,
The interview was a really good interview. It was one of the few really good interviews boy got on his channel. You know what I'm saying? But that's another thing. Like, I just don't like the way this white man handle us. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like it, bro. Like, even that right there, like, I did an interview with him, you know, it was real sad. He tried to, like, my boy, you just made parody of bro trying to off himself. And that's like cool, bro, in your live with all your dumbass fans. Like, that's cool, bro, because you know they'll be going all in your comments. Like, you think that's cool, bro? How you talk, how you speak about somebody who had previous mental health issues, obviously, my boy. Obviously, if he tried to. That's what I'm saying about this nigga, bro.
one of the craziest ones I ever did. After we get done the interview, he says that he wants to get into doing YouTube. He wants to talk to people. He wants to do content. I told them that the spot that we were in at that time would not be a good fit for that because we didn't have enough room, but that we were trying to upgrade, and that once we got into a new spot, if we had additional studio time, that we would be happy to let him use the space. Once we get into a new space, we said, okay, you can use it. I did this for two reasons. One, because I was moved by his interview. Two, because
That's a
AD,
lot.
someone that I cared about / still care about.
And that's why you did it. Not because it moved you. Because if it moved you, you wouldn't do shit like he tried to. Like, so, you know, like what type of, I'm tight about that shit. I'm not even about to hold you. Might be my situation, whatever, but like, what the fuck type shit is that? But this is how he be handling niggas. You know what I'm saying? And all y'all cool with it. It's wild.
Some sort of hypothetical alternate reality. So we let him use the space, and that was fine. You know, he did a bunch of interviews for like the last 8 or 9 months, if I'm not mistaken. Mostly sitting down with different people from the No Jumper universe, brought in some other people from his own universe, that sort of thing. And it was fun. To be honest, the channel never got enough views for the channel to be monetized, you know? Because I think like that was part of what I told him is I was like, well, I'm not going to put your stuff on the main channel. Or actually I told him I would put like the first 5 episodes on the main channel to sort of get the ball rolling for you. And that then we'll start a channel and we'll help you run it and stuff. And if we can get it monetized, we'll split the revenue. That being said, it never got to the point where we could even monetize it.
Now I want to say on the record because you know what I mean. I'll be kicking his back in, and I will continue to because he's a shit person. But that was solid. There's nothing I could say about that. Like all that he just laid out right there. You feel me? Like it's kind of the jump. Like I wish I had a nigga to jump start my shit like that. You feel me? So I feel like damn that you know what I'm saying on the strength of AD, that's super solid. You feel me? Let's say that.
No money was ever earned by this channel, right? So fast forward to, and just for the record, I consider this to be probably one of the most selfless things that I've ever done as a content creator. I've never just like, you know, I've given people shows on my channel that earn money for the channel, right? But I've never just like given somebody, you know, free studio time, my employees' time, my editor's time, all this thing, like all these different things that realistically, if I had to guess, including like the employee time, the studio time, I mean, this is like, we're talking $10,000-$15,000 worth of like time and employee time and studio time, you know, like just renting a studio space.
Facts. I'm not gonna lie.
$100 an hour, $150 an hour, I think is pretty.
More like 2 to 3, and that depending on the type of studio. And again, I must say for the record, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna just because I think he's a bullshit person. Yo, you could, you know, differentiate things from, you know, others. He's a shit person, but what he is saying right now is thorough. He having his whole crew, he's having No Jumper work for OG Cuicide for free on the strength of AD.
Standard to rent a studio space? Probably not 100, probably more than 100. Anyway, we let him do that for like 8-9 months. As I said, it wasn't getting monetized. Episodes are averaging about 500 views. So my suspicions were kind of confirmed that the content would not have done well on the No Jumper channel. But again, you know, he was always a cool guy to us and stuff. So we just kind of, we're letting him rock, letting him use the studio on our downtime. And then there was like 2 little awkward things over the course of the past couple months. There was one day where I was doing interviews. I had like 2 interviews lined up, and they ended up both going a little late. So I was like 2 hours behind, you know? So like if the interviews were supposed to be done at 4, they didn't get done till 6. OG Cuicide was there. He was waiting. He was supposed to interview somebody. And he didn't say anything to me, but I could kind of like feel the vibe. And then I guess he said some stuff to some of the other employees that was a little weird. But I mean, let's be real. If you're getting free studio time just out of the goodness of our heart.
And I mean, shit, you saying all this, might as well just say what he said to the employees behind your back. You might as well just say that. But I'll say again, even that, you know what I'm saying? He OG Suicide should have went straight to Adam or whatever he felt. You know, the interviews are late. You got people here. You got a job to do too. He holding your shit up for whatever reason, even though he giving you all the free stuff. You could have told him that. You could have told him that instead of telling people around the office. You feel me?
And I'm in here doing interviews that are going to get, you know, hundreds of thousands or maybe millions of views. These are the things that literally pay the employees, keep the lights on. That's a different.
I don't know when the last time nigga had a million view video. Maybe I need to double check or something. But like, boy, be talking his ass off.
Thing. That's, you know, you got to respect that. You can't think that your interview is just going to start on time when I'm doing interviews that realistically are paying the bills and they're going late. Okay, that's obvious. So I wasn't really feeling that. Felt like that was a little awkward. And then the other thing was that he asked me to borrow money. And that was awkward to me, to be honest. I left him on red, which I'm not totally proud of because, you know, it would have been a little bit more mannish to respond and just be like, nah, I don't do that. Because, I mean, of all the homies I've had over the years, especially people who work with me, especially if you work with me, when it comes to letting people borrow money, I really don't like it because if
I just had to say, too, I feel the same way about the niggas I work with, homies, family, all that. I feel like money and all that should be absolutely separate because when you get money involved, shit get tricky. You feel me? You got to be wondering about your money back and this, that, and the other. It's like, I would rather, nigga, just ask me type shit. Hey, you got this. And this is the thing. I'm not going to keep giving your ass money. But you could just ask me, hey, can I get woo, woo, woo? But don't be like borrow. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, borrow means I should expect it back. You feel me?
work for me and I'm letting you borrow money, I just feel like it puts us in kind of a weird spot where I don't want to be bugging you and I don't want... And to be honest, like, a lot of times with talent and stuff, it's kind of like, listen, if they need to borrow money here and there, you let them borrow money once and then...
And really quick, we talking talent. We talking millions of views, 100,000 views, 500 subscribers, this, that, and the other. Like, why is your talent needing to borrow money, champ? Because this sounds like a constant theme. Why is your talent needing to borrow money, bruh? Because this is not like this is not a one-off or a two-off. This happens to you, bro. So I don't know. It just takes me back to like what AD and Trail and Lush and all them niggas was talking about. Like, you wasn't paying nobody shit no fucking way. So yeah, probably a nigga need to borrow some ends sometimes. Straight up. That's wild that he just said that. Like, so your employees just be doing that. Like, that don't tell you something either about the employees you hiring or what you paying them.
That's good, because then you don't really have to do it again, or if they ask you again, it's like, well, bro, I already let you borrow money, so it's kind of whatever. But either way, when he asked me that, I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, well, I'm already letting you use the fucking studio space and all this shit. I feel like that would be weird. Anyway, so that was already stewing around in my head. And then I hear from some other people that he was also asking them in the office, and that to me is even worse, because it's like tricky. Asking to borrow money in the workplace is just, to me, it's not good. You're putting the people who work for me in an awkward situation where maybe they're going to feel like pressured or like they have to do it or whatever. So a couple of weeks ago, I told Josh, I said, hey, Josh, I think it's time. This nigga. You should probably tell OG Suicide that we got to wrap it up. Can't record here anymore. We just have way more stuff being recorded. It was becoming more and more difficult to find slots in which he could do his thing. And we've also just kind of accepted, after letting him use the studio for 9 months, that this was not going to turn a profit. Because, you know, hypothetically, let's say it even made $2,000 a month and we were splitting that. Well, the $1,000 a month, which is nothing to a business the size of No Jumper, it at least would like cover the studio time, or it would begin to cover the cost of the employees that we've had cutting stuff up for you and everything. Because I mean, keep in mind, like we were having our employees create TikToks for them, edit the photos, edit the podcast, upload it, create thumbnails, all this stuff.
And let's say that is just throwing this out there, like I say, respecto. That's a big fucking deal because, like, nigga, I do everything myself. Like, nigga, ain't no team. You feel me? I got a team of like my partners, and we like all on the same type shit. But like, nigga, like what he talking about, I don't got that. You feel me? So it's like that shit is a lot of work to do yourself, and you got professionals too doing this for you for the free 99. I'm just throwing that out there, even though I don't fuck with this nigga.
Like realistically, as I say it now, I'm like, holy shit, that is a lot of fucking work and a lot of goodwill. Just like probably one of the nicest things I've ever done for somebody who was trying to get a YouTube channel off the ground. So a couple weeks ago, Josh tells Cuicide that it's not happening anymore and he's going to have to find somewhere else to record. Realistically, probably shouldn't be that big a deal, right? Because, I mean, how many people do we know with podcasts? I mean, it seems like almost anyone can figure this out, either rent a space or buy some mics and set up a space. Josh told me that he was not thrilled, that he kind of didn't seem stoked. Okay.
Rightfully so.
And then I see, but he had a couple more episodes he wanted to release and everything, so he released those. And then the other day I see it in the calendar that there's a OG Cuicide live stream. And I actually said to Josh, I'm like, you think that's a safe move? You know, he's on.
Hell no. That wasn't no safe move. Joshy. You know what I'm saying? But Josh is a chump and a rollover. I could tell by the shit that goes on there, and he be a part of it. You could tell he's a chump and a rollover. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd have told OG Cuicide, big OG Cuicide, that, nah. Hell nah. Nigga, we about to get you up out of here anyway. You know, in professional terms. You know what I mean? But we about to get you up out of here anyway. Like, nah, you not about to go live. And anybody in their right mind know what the fuck this we already knew that was going down, going live. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Man, but that's the end of this video because we seen what happened. My boy took that chair up there. You feel me? He was about to go Montgomery Brawl edition on that ass. He said, I was going to let the chair speak to you. That's what he told him. I'm going to let the chair speak to you. But, yeah, man, I'm going to do a part 2 to this. I'm going to do OG Cuicide and what he got to say about everything. So, again, it's your boy Gangland Neem, a.k.a. Neiman, I before the E. Golly, I don't know y'all. And tap in with me on all platforms, Gangland Neem. All the A's are V's. It's very simple. Peace.